Gilgamesh! Gilgamesh!
Mother!
Son, in your sleep last night, you were as restless as a fretted lyre, like a feverish child wrestling a demon.
I glimpsed a star falling from the sky, and all the people of Uruk crowded around the descending orb aglow, and I was envious and attempted to grab it up in my arms, but my knees buckled because I was too weak. I was dying in my dream. Mother, what does it mean? I have never dreamt such a dream before.
Just as you descended from the heavens, this star is a brother, a rival, a burden you will try to lift, but your knees will give till you are kneeling on the ground and gazing up at the sky.
I was dying.
So you wish to see Gilgamesh?
So you wish to see Gilgamesh?
Well, I shall tell you about our king Gilgamesh. He is strong.
He is strong because he is part God.
He is weak.
He is weak because he is part man.
Stronger than a human being.
But not a good king.
So you wish to see Gilgamesh? So...
Scene 2. In the palace chamber. A hunter's son has raced to Uruk to inform the king of a mysterious being seen in the woods, freeing the trapped animals.
Speak! Are you here to steal your king's ironclad time?
Sir, my father is a great hunter.
There are 1,000 great hunters in Uruk, and so is your king also a fierce hunter. Why are you here, stealing my time? And where's your tribute?
My father is a great hunter, sir, but a wild man has been robbing our snares.
I always hear the wildest litanies on the days of credits and debits.
He is almost a man. I saw him dancing with animals.
This tale is conjured to swindle me out of my rightful gifts of fur and meat. I should cut your tongue out for such lies.
I ran the whole night, the high trails and low trails to get here, sir.
You've wasted your footsteps. I will have the guards cut off a toe of yours each day and send it to your father.
But, sir, he opened the snares and freed our catch. I have spied on him. He broke our oldest law.
He opened the snares and freed a God-given catch.
My king, he is almost a man. I saw him dancing with the animals.
We will see if this creature be man or beast. Guard, go to the temple and find the woman of the red sashes. Bid her use her charms against the wild man who frolics with the dumb brutes. Son of the hunter, if he succeeds with her, he is a man, and you may live.
Oh, please do not kill him. He dances with the animals. He is almost a man.
And we sing to you of the old begats up the Tigris and the Euphrates.
And yes, we know all the old begats from scripture and lore.
And a river god fashioned woman from a man's rib long before Marduk, the young bull of the sun, appeared on the horizon.
And at the foot of the ziggurat of Uruk sat Gilgamesh as his mother, the divine Ninsun, told him how he was forged from Godhead and man.
And etched on the rocks is etched the great flood's blue-black watermark.
And on the cuneiforms are written hundreds of begats, along with the rising and setting of Ishtar.
But thousands of begats are only written on air, and they remain unnamed, born forgotten or wrongly remembered. Scene 3. The woman of the red sashes appears to the animal man Enkidu. He is transfixed by her. She beckons to him, and he slowly, warily comes to her. He touches her hair, face, breasts. She sighs with pleasure, and they begin to explore one another.
You own a name? Was your name lost and betrayed the same as mine? And now you can't remember if you ever had a name? A name would cast you away from the other animals, from the wolves and the jackals, from the lions and deer, from the rat and the serpent. You are a meteor, a smoldering star. I call you Enkidu.
I am a man. You are a woman.
God is language, and all the O's and ahs weave man to woman. What was that, Enkidu?
Humbaba.
Are we that close to the forbidden forest? I can smell Humbaba's cedars.
Scene 4. Humbaba's lair in the forbidden forest. The goddess Ishtar enters.
Did you call me, Humbaba?
Because I smell Enkidu's desire in the air. His desire for a name. You heard me say your name. You heard me say Ishtar. It was only a sigh of discord. It was only a sigh of disgust.
Oh, slave and henchman of the gods, how many years have you lurked here in this forest? Too many?
Daughter of the moon, mistress of the night, great harlot, save this venom for your next lover.
Humbaba.
Will you devour me like the others, or will you simply turn away when I call, leaving me to die alone?
Enough, you are vexed.
I have been blessed and cursed to know the future, and I know Enkidu will come.
He wouldn't dare. The gods have sent him to humble Gilgamesh, nothing more.
He will seek out Gilgamesh, the one you desire, the name you call in your sleep.
He is only part god.
It is the part man you desire, Ishtar.
He is only a thought.
I wonder if the gods love me.
Oh, the gods love you. They have given you the cedar forest, the power of prophecy and revenge.
The gods love their cedars. They love the smell of rare wood. They are possessed by great vanities. I am blessed and cursed to know half the truth, to know Enkidu is on his way here. But I do not know why.
He is but a beast.
But he dreams of being a man, and dreams can make lunatics out of men.
Scene 5. Outside the walls of the city of Uruk, a traveler speaks to Enkidu and the woman of the red sashes. Are you like me, merely passing through?
Animals come down from the hills.
The shepherd told me about you, how this woman from the city brought you out of nowhere to his front door.
Did I bring him here, or was he sleepwalking and I followed him here?
You do not tell the truth.
If we told you the truth, you would not believe us.
If you told me the truth, the shepherd says that you guard his flock, that the predators seem to know you. Even the lion and the jackal now keep away from his fence line. The shepherd says it seems as if your presence keeps them away.
The animals love him.
They can love you one moment and tear you apart the next moment.
It is hard to be an animal.
It is harder to be a man. How does it feel to be a man's protector without any bloody fear of claw or fang?
I do not know. I can only do what I was born to do, my friend.
Then you are a godsend, if ever a godsend was goodness.
How do you measure a man's or a woman's goodness?
I measure a man's goodness by thinking of Gilgamesh.
Who is this Gilgamesh?
Gilgamesh is our king. He was born part god, and we were born to pay tribute.
But if one only has a dream in his head, can a king also take away this?
Even dreams are not safe. In Uruk, I found the virgin sworn to be my bride, awaiting my touch. But I know Gilgamesh will be first to knock upon the chamber door.
A king is always first to ease his thirst.
Have you also pleased his thirst?
Gilgamesh is my king.
He is not a good king. I shall go to Uruk and tell him so. You will guide me to Uruk so I can tell him so.
He will kill you with his bare hands.
He is not a good king, and I shall tell him so.
Gilgamesh is part god.
I am a man. What is a god? What is a god without man?
Scene 6, Gilgamesh's citadel in Uruk.
You were tossing and turning in your sleep again, son.
In my dreams, I tried to lift an axe, but the people crowded around and my knees buckled as if I were an old man. My spirit left me and my God-given strength was sapped. Mother, why am I suffering man's hurt? If I have God in me, my knees should never buckle.
The axe is a man, a tool, a weapon, a friend. It depends on where the two of you stand in the sunlight, how the sun strikes the blade. The tiredness woven into your muscles, it will lift away as this friend grows near. He is the other half of your true heart.
I hope your words are true, because I glimpse rage in the eyes of my people and it weighs like a brick in my belly.
I am afraid I have fed you too much food of the gods, words, myths, delicacies, bitter and sweet. I am afraid the part of you that is a god has eaten the heart of the man.
Scene 7, the city of Uruk. We hear the roaring of crowds, the beating of drums. Enkidu enters.
He looks like Gilgamesh. You can see he is very strong.
Man, beast of the steppe, we heard you were on your way here.
He looks like Gilgamesh.
And his feet seem rooted to the good earth.
Step aside of the threshold and bow down. Do you know who I am? I'm Gilgamesh, a king.
I am Enkidu.
If you do not bow and step aside, nothing but worms will live in your skull by moonrise.
Because you are a king, do you think that you...
Gilgamesh!
I am here to honor my God-given birthright.
Is every virgin yours to deflower?
Enkidu!
Am I not a king of Uruk?
Somebody pray for them!
I have killed men twice your size. Are you a fool?
I lived in the forest and ran with the lion and the wolf.
I am almost a god.
How can you be almost a god and not yet a man?
You are more animal than man, but I shall make you bow down like any subject under the blue skies of Uruk.
I am not bowing. I am not running.
Bow down and say you never touched your king.
You are not a good king.
They are about to kill each other.
There is blood in the moon. Where are the gods? They fight, struggling in the embrace of each other's strength, till they are eye to eye, straining against one another. Gilgamesh's knees buckle. Enkidu is exhausted.
Are you that falling star? If so, I have been waiting for you.
I am Enkidu.
Toehold to toehold, eyeball to eyeball, measure to measure. I believe you are the one I have been searching for. You have the skull of a jackal I have dreamt of you.
And you have the heart of a bull. Have I also dreamt of you?
Why are you here?
To battle this man who masquerades as a god.
You masquerade as an animal.
I am a man.
Well, let us be ourselves, and let us drink. You are the man I want by my side. There is a cedar forest. Clouds dip down to touch, to linger on like a great question. They are the gold of the gods, guarded by a brute force, and I have dreamt of them since I was a child. Friend, if you were at my side, measuring footstep to footstep, the tallest of those cedars would fall and rise as a gate to our city, and no squad of renegades or clan's battering ram could smash it into a heap of splinters.
Your name is feared in a dozen tongues, and you do not need a stronger gate to protect this city.
I know greed can make lunatics out of men, and Uruk needs a taller gate between them and their dreams.
But you are part god.
And you have slept with animals beside a creek.
Scene 8. Ninsun enters in great agitation.
Gilgamesh, my son,
Mother, you know it's bad luck to gaze upon a warrior before he's preparing for battle.
if you were a good king,
I am a good king.
you are not even a good son.
I am.
Do you know what brought me through this door? What I have been thinking the whole day? I have been thinking, my son does not love me.
Of course I love you.
I praised the God in you night and day since you took your first breath.
And that is why I love you.
Suppose I told you that you are less God than I bragged into your head.
I would say my mother loves me, but she does not want me to fight Humbaba. But there is no turning back, though I love you dearly.
Your father was immortal, and he depended upon the goodness of the gods.
But your Godhead lives within me too and will prevail.
I love your human weakness, but I am afraid.
Of course.
Gilgamesh leaves and joins Enkidu to prepare for battle. Ninsun lights incense and prays.
Shamash, the dear God I pray to night and day, why have you given my son a solid heart and restless feet, hinged between yes and no? And now he is off to battle Humbaba to rid our world of evil. Invincibility is the food of the gods, the bittersweet delicacy, and I fed him an ambrosial glut. But is he only a man sent to do the job of a god? He will suffer the downfall of your scheme against evil. Please protect him against this spirituous dream. Enkidu,
Yes, Ninsun.
they say the people of Uruk prayed to the gods for you, that the gods shaped you from a hunk of clay and tossed you into the forest. You are not my son, but you are dear as a son, Enkidu.
Once I was almost a man, and now I am almost a son.
You are as dear as Gilgamesh, who is part my own flesh and blood, and I beg you to protect your spirit brother.
We go as one to Humbaba's cedars. I do not wish to go, but we have been fitted for battle.
When Gilgamesh gets a thought in his head, it turns into mindless flesh and blood. Guard him against himself.
Ninsun gives Enkidu a charmed necklace as he leaves. Scene 9. In the forbidden forest, shadows of trees are reflected in the light, and we hear the sounds of birds and animals. Gilgamesh and Enkidu trek into the forest.
What did you learn from the animals?
I learned to look prey dead in the eyes. I learned a tough grace.
So you did not learn any ways of battle?
Humbaba is a giant. He is stronger than a flank of soldiers.
You make Humbaba into a god.
He is death.
Then at least people will say, We died in battle against death.
I shall take this path, and you stand there. If he calls your name, do not answer. Wait till he is almost in your sword.
Enkidu exits. Silence. Then the marching, rolling sound of Humbaba's approach is heard. He is not seen, but his voice grows into a resounding echo.
I am Humbaba.
Your name is your death rattle.
For 10 days I counted your footsteps, and now you stand at the forbidden threshold.
If you can read minds, then you know why I'm here to do.
So, Gilgamesh and Enkidu, you wish to die by calling my name? How can you kill me when you cannot even see me? I can go inside your heart and turn your knees to mud. If you call me evil, I shall be more than evil. He who casts an eye on the trees and a blind eye upon our sacred laws, be he king or swine bastard, pot god or fool, begs my vengeance.
Your cedars are like towers I dreamt of in another world, and dead or alive I shall scale them as if the gods made them while thinking of me. And when I close my eyes, you do not exist.
Enkidu charges Humbaba, cutting off his huge arm. Humbaba's howl is thunderous.
Look what you made me do! Look what fear made me do!
Have mercy on me. I have no mother or father. I am the beginning and the end, almost as if I never was.
Baba is no god. He is a small beast in a big forest. He is only a roar among the night trees.
And I will hack him to pieces!
Enkidu! Enkidu! Enkidu!
Scene 10. The Forbidden Forest. Humbaba's head lies in the dust. Gilgamesh and Enkidu ready themselves for their return to Uruk. Ishtar enters, bearing Gilgamesh's robe and crown.
The gods are in an uproar over your slaying of Humbaba, and I see your crime displayed like a trophy.
A man has to sometimes kill so he may live.
I am here to spare you. I am the go-between.
What have I to fear?
You are a fool. What, do you think you are above death? You have slain the protector of the cedars, and not even Enkidu can protect you from my father's wrath.
Humbaba was marked to die.
You have broken a sacred law. Wed me, and my father's wrath will dwindle.
Ishtar, you know you ask of me what would grind my heart to a fistful of dust.
You are an old harlot whose heart belongs to no man. You loved the lion and dug a pit for him. Your love is war.
We will see how many damnations my father will cast at your feet.
Ishtar causes the bull of heaven to descend and attack Gilgamesh and Enkidu. After a great struggle, they kill the beast, then fall to the ground, exhausted. They sleep, and Ishtar returns and touches Enkidu with a long bone. She exits as they wake.
I cannot sleep. I cannot stop dreaming 2 or 3 nightmares in one.
I was sleeping like a dead man.
Because we slew Humbaba and the Bull of Heaven, one of us must die.
The gods will protect us.
In my dreams, the gods singled me out to die.
I shall speak for you. I shall fend for you.
Can we be innocent with blood on our hands?
Evil drew us to it. When we locked hands, we were meant to destroy it.
They have drawn my name in the dirt and marked me down for the underworld.
The fever is ravaging you, my brother. Do not bow. We must return to Uruk and build our gate.
May the termites grow into a cloud against Humbaba's forest. May the hunter and the woman of the red sashes who stole my soul from the animals, from my friends, may those two unbury the dead in unending dreams.
What is this? Enkidu?
Shamash, old mantra of Godhead and earthworms. I curse your heart for bringing me to this crook in the long road home. This place that is no place. This echo from the dark where death and breath are the same sound rolling down from the hills, up to the edge of the sky. Again I taste the she-wolf's milk, and her howl is my cry at the edge of these woods. We are a drunken god's feverish deed and prank.
Enkidu dies. Gilgamesh closes Enkidu's eyes and kisses him on the cheek. He takes Ninsun's charm from around his neck and tosses it on the ground. He paces in a circle, leaves, and brings back a few branches of laurel. He sits beside the corpse. Some moments of silence.
And I sit here. And I sit here. And I sit here in my immense aloneness. And I sit here. And I sit here. And I sit here in my unbelievable grief. And I sit here. And I sit here. And I sit here in a great silence, older than the forest, older than the hills, older than this valley. And I sit here. And I sit here. And I sit here with the animals on the edge of my grief, their bright eyes gazing at my heart. And I sit here. And I sit here. And I sit here till one day turns into three, and I cannot stop staring at death till a maggot drops from Enkidu's nose.
Scene 11. Gilgamesh picks up the charm from the ground and ties it around his neck. He rises and begins to cover the corpse with the laurel branches. As he works, he says, Enkidu, and the name is woven through the words of the chorus.
Grief is eating Gilgamesh down to the birthmark on his right shoulder blade.
The animals of the forest are now mourning a great, unsayable loss.
My friend, my brother, I shall go on a quest to find that timeless man who crossed the desert and rounded the sea, and I shall give you back to life, breath and song, to argument and laughter. I shall find Utnapishtim.
And Gilgamesh began to walk toward the setting sun into the day's last rays of life. And soon he entered a ravenous darkness.
And for many days he thought he would never see the sun again.
And then Gilgamesh was standing there, gazing up at the mountains of Mashu.
And faces the scorpion man and woman, guardians of the path to the brink of the world.
Do you not know this is the beginning and the end?
You are at the threshold.
Move aside.
I can see into your heart.
I can see into your soul.
Let me pass.
Only gods dare travel this road.
You are looking at a god. Now let me pass.
Why is there so much woe in your voice? Are you lost?
He is not lost enough.
The love of a friend is stealing my mind, and I must speak to the first man who walked this path, to Utnapishtim.
You must face death every step of the long, unmerciful way.
Look at us! Look into our eyes!
I know one glimpse into your eyes means my last breath.
Your mother was a god. You may look at me.
You must face death every step of this long, unmerciful way.
You are not ready. Turn around and go back into the light.
Beyond this road, beyond these mountains, there is only darkness. Beyond here, your bounty will only be grief.
This was my bounty before I came? Grief? The worms of grief are already inside my mind, my heart, my blood already inside my spleen. Open the gate so I may confront the father of grief.
As you wish. The gate between earth and hell now stands agape.
And you must face death every step of the long, unmerciful way.
Scene 12. Beyond the mountains. Gilgamesh speaks from the darkness while sounds of owls and wolves emanate from all around, growing into an echo of laughter.
Where am I? Am I in that place where light is darkness, where happiness always springs into fear, where the young grows old overnight, where immeasurable death blooms in every seed on the road to the sun? I hear nothing but grief at my side. Enkidu, are you walking with me? Am I measuring my footsteps in yours?
Suddenly, Gilgamesh's world is flooded with light, and he comes upon a lush valley at the brink of the world. Siduri, a barmaid, is at work. Gilgamesh now wears tattered animal skins. He shields his eyes in the brightness and stands before Siduri.
Who are you?
I am.
Are you a murderer running away from the laws of the man and God?
I am a king.
Who are you when you're not swollen with dreams?
I am a king. I am Gilgamesh.
You are mad. Gilgamesh is a king, and you are clothed in tattered skins. Almost an animal.
I killed Humbaba. Who are you?
If you are Gilgamesh, the slayer of evil, why is silence in your eyes?
I have a friend who fought shoulder to shoulder with me from the beginning to the end. When he died, I almost had to break my arms to break my embrace. I could not surrender his friendship.
Why are you here?
I'm lost.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Siduri disrobes him and fetches a basin of water and oils. She uncorks an earthen jug of brew. They both periodically sip from the jug. They begin to make love.
Show me again how to touch a woman, though the gods may have sent you to block my path.
I am Siduri. I am only a barmaid at the brink between worlds.
Siduri, tutor me till stars tremble in the water, till I am born backwards in time and sorrow does not know my name. Teach me how to be a king. Teach me how to die a man.
The life you seek you shall never find. When the gods created humankind, death they appointed for humankind. Life in their own hands they retained. Gilgamesh, let your belly be full. Enjoy yourself day and night. Every day make merry, dance and play. Let your clothes be clean. Let your head be washed. Bathe yourself in water.
Gaze upon the little child that holds your hand. Let a wife enjoy your repeated embrace.
Enkidu is dead.
But you are alive. Stay here. Across the river there is only more death.
I have been through darkness to arrive at the edge of this river, and I shall journey through darkness again and again till I am at some way station in the damnable fog, facing Utnapishtim.
There has never been, Gilgamesh, any passage whatever. There has never been anyone since days of yore who crossed the sea. The only one who crosses the sea is valiant Shamash, except for him who can cross. The crossing is difficult. Its ways are treacherous, and in between are the waters of death that bar its approaches. And even if, Gilgamesh, you should cross the sea, when you reach the waters of death, what would you do? Gilgamesh, over there is Urshanabi, the young ferryman of Utnapishtim. The stone things are with him. He is in the woods picking mint. Go on, let him see your face. If possible, cross with him. If not, you should turn back. Since self-love blinds you, I am fool enough to open my door again if silence does not claim you before this day ends.
Self-love does not blind me, but loss has almost torn my heart out.
Go!
Scene 13. Further along the riverbank, Gilgamesh confronts the stone sentinels and smashes them to pieces.
Why did I smash these statues? Why did I leave Siduri? Where is Enkidu gone? Who are you?
I am the one you are speaking with.
I'm Gilgamesh. I have journeyed from Uruk.
Look at you. You have destroyed the sacred sentinels, as if you are the last to follow your folly here.
I'm in search of Urshanabi.
Urshanabi? Who could that be?
He is a young man who dares to trouble this water.
I recall such a man, but that was long ago. I have not seen him here in many, many years.
He is the one man alive who could ferry me across to Utnapishtim.
You angered the gods when you smashed the sacred stones that brought you here.
I smashed the statues so that no evil could track me. Where is the young boatman? I was told he would be here.
Yes, I am the young boatman, and you seek Utnapishtim's herb that brings eternal life.
You are old.
I suppose that is true. I suppose even here the days and nights have passed. Even here, decay rules the body.
My brother saved me from Humbaba. I spoke and he began to dream my dreams. My pain was his. He was my dearest friend, and now I am his prisoner.
You seek the herb for yourself.
I seek life for my friend Enkidu.
The heart is a selfish forest of twisted vines.
Ferryman, will you guide me to Utnapishtim?
As you destroyed your friend, as you destroyed the sacred animals, you will destroy yourself if you risk that journey.
If you refuse to guide me, then I shall go alone.
You will die.
I have looked death in the eye, and I have traveled a valley where sprigs of life jut like light out of a stone. I have tasted love at the brink. I suppose I'm ready for death.
Lost one, driven by grief, I shall help you set the boat away on the troubled river, but you must bear the journey alone. Take your axe into the forest and chop down 5 long, straight branches and set them in pitch, and these poles will help to ferry you across death's great river.
Scene 14. The light fades. The sound of waves and wind, lightning and thunder. After many trials and tribulations, Gilgamesh reaches the island of Utnapishtim. He lies on the ground motionless as Utnapishtim appears.
Did the river give us another dead man? Another lost soul?
Old seer, I tried to warn him, but he was determined to set eyes on you.
It looks like he has only set eyes on the unknown.
I tried to tell him the night winds are blades whittling a bone, but he would not stop talking about his dead brother, his friend, someone called Enkidu.
Enkidu.
The sound of a name has awakened the dead.
I am Gilgamesh. I am king of Uruk.
Why would a king seek a madman's journey?
Hope brought me here.
Hope also brought me here. Or perhaps it was fear. The fear of death. The fear of life. The fear of death in life.
The unknown and the unknowable.
The gods told me what to do, and I did not second-guess them. A voice leapt out of a whirlwind and said, "Citizens of Shurupak, you must build a vessel and take 2 of every kind aboard." Sometimes I do not know if I am blessed or cursed by the arch-god Ea, who warned that Enlil, the war god, desired me barred from Shurupak. I follow the echoes of rival gods. I follow the echoes of their wounded blessings. I called out to the citizens of Shurupak in the lingering light of the Euphrates, and I said, "Come, please come and help me drag timbers from the forest. Help me peg and wedge them together till there are 7 stories and 9 chambers in each story. And we raise the ark that had come to me in a dream."
When a man turns against his dream, he turns against himself.
And then we snared animals in the steppe, birds that lit the fields, male and female. We hustled them aboard, carpenters and masons and bridge builders. Word went out for a navigator, and at the last moment one stumbled in, just before Ea ordered me to close the great door. Lightning and thunder rumbled in the day-lit sky, and darkness roared over the city of Shurupak.
It is dangerous for us when the gods are in an uproar.
Lost children searching for weeping mothers. Men cursed the names of their fathers as the rain dug their graves. Dogs bayed for their masters. Doors of houses floated past. Livestock tried to swim against the wild current. A few men leapt from the trembling vessel, but somehow I stood stock still.
Please do not say you were not afraid.
Oh, I was terrified.
But you were not absolutely alone.
Maybe I was alone, with faces around me.
Yes, maybe you're right. I did have Enkidu with me in my alones. His ghost tracked me here.
We floated for many days and nights till the waters receded. Aya had singled me out, and I had obeyed the echo. And then Enlil, the war god, was there like a silence before a storm, blessing me and my family, saying, "Once you were a mere man, but now you and your wife are like gods. You shall live an eternal life beside the river of death."
Gilgamesh sleeps. Utnapishtim's wife enters.
Did you talk this stranger to death?
No, the river almost took him. Is it a fortune or a curse they come seeking?
I'm wondering if these lost ones are afraid of loneliness, that they tire so easily of the routine, simple things in their lives.
But this one almost wore out his soul to arrive here.
Did you glimpse yourself in him, Utnapishtim?
He is still young and strong enough to kill a bear.
But he does not possess the strength to endure the shape of the eternal question. What does he know about loneliness?
Gilgamesh awakens.
I also have a question.
Yes, you are a question in the heart of loneliness that we see and live as grace.
My brother Enkidu died to save me from Humbaba, and legend brought me here to your threshold.
You have come here in the name of your friend and not your own fear?
Perhaps I came for Enkidu. Perhaps I came for Gilgamesh. I journeyed here for wisdom to face possibility.
Your praise cuts into an old man's heart, but I have nothing to give that can cure each breath you take.
He has journeyed so far. Have you forgotten how grief took hold of your heart and wrestled you to the ground? I remember you begging for a word, a hint, anything to break its grip.
I would like to see Enkidu. I would like to live.
I will tell you a secret my lips have never revealed. There is a thorny flower that grows in the depths of the river, a plant my wife calls old man becomes young man, and it appears as if it does not belong on earth.
But it can give new life.
Chapter 15, a riverside. Gilgamesh crawls in, water dripping from his body. He holds a spring of a plant between his teeth. He seems aglow. He unties stones that he laced around his feet. He places the sprig of the plant on the ground beside him.
I dove down in the singing water, down into a falling distance, down into a breathless season of foreverness. I tied stones around my legs and feet so I could search the river's bottom. At first, I cursed Utnapishtim's name. When the last whisper of hope drained out of me, I turned and saw the thorny plant. I almost drowned with laughter. But I had not come so far to be defeated. And oh, yes, there it was. I have it. Life. Life. Life.
A yellowish fog floats over the water. Gilgamesh is exhausted and he falls asleep, the thorny plant beside him. A serpent crawls along the riverbank and stops before the plant. He snaps it up and eats it whole. Gilgamesh awakens and leaps to his feet, his axe drawn. He sees the serpent, screams, and lets his axe fall. He falls to his knees weeping. The serpent reborn sheds his skin and crawls away. Scene 16. Gilgamesh returns to Uruk. The beating of drums, the wailing of flutes. He enters carrying a large grass sack on his shoulders. Enkidu's remains. The chorus speaks.
He looks like the king.
He looks like the king's ghost.
If he is the king, where is his friend?
Where is Enkidu?
Did the king kill his brother?
The king slew his brother.
The king killed his friend.
The king has come back from the dead.
We can smell the
A
grave.
field of jasmine could not kill that stench.
He looks like a madman carrying death on his back.
He is carrying his grief in a grass sack.
Gilgamesh comes before the council of elders.
You are dead.
Do I look like a ghost to you?
King, dare I say this? When you first enter the gate, you look like the great-grandfather of a ghost.
I could not leave him in the forbidden forest for ravens to pick clean his bones, for the rain's horrible work.
You brought back a sack of bones, but we will give Enkidu a hero's ceremony of crossed swords and a volley of drums.
I could not acquiesce him to the worms, to the quiet tyranny of springtime.
When I saw you carrying your burden, as carrion birds circled overhead, patrolling the dusty sky, I thought I was in purgatory.
That is what grief does to a mortal king, or a prideful king. Take rations to the poor. Send our royal doctors to the sick. Rally the holy men, the prophets, the soothsayers. Open up the prisons. Release the hunter's son. Make sure the boys paid a good year's wage of gold from the royal purse, and prepare the biggest feast the city of Uruk has ever known.
Scene 17. In Gilgamesh's chambers, his mother is with him. Music plays in the distance.
To honor your death, the elders sacrificed 7 rams, and a cloud of incense rose around me for 7 days and nights.
But I am alive, Mother.
I had given you up to the grave.
I have given myself, half of myself, to the grave.
I am happy to see you, but I am saddened to see your spirit brother's face only when I close my eyes.
I will rub Enkidu's ashes on my face and into my hair, but I will never forget him.
I made him promise to block harm's path for you, my son.
He was a perfect friend, a perfect brother.
You met grief on a winding path, but did you also glimpse a bloom you never before set eyes on?
In the dark, my eyes lost their sharpness till I set eyes on Siduri, a beautiful mystery at earth's end.
And it was hard for you to continue your journey.
It was almost as hard as losing Enkidu, but I did not know that until I lost the thorny flower and knew I would not return to those watery depths. Let the city of Uruk and my reign from here, through the ages, be my life's legacy, for however long it will be.
Sometimes we learn the music of our hearts too late.
But it would be worse if we never learned it.